Hamburg is one of the world's leading locations for climate and Earth system research. At the Max Planck Institute for Meteorology, in the Center for Marine and Atmospheric Sciences, scientists work on complex climate models to unlock the secrets of the climate.
Die Vision unseres Institutes ist, dass wir die
Our institute's vision is to research the mysteries of how the Earth system works and how it will develop in the future. The results from the Hamburg Institute and those of other international research groups are contributing to a worldwide climate status report, the IPCC report. We are in the fortunate position of having available one of Europe's largest climate supercomputers. It's operated by the German Climate Computing Center, and with our colleagues there, as well as with colleagues from the Hamburg University, we have been able to carry out these simulations and evaluate them. The supercomputer at the DKRZ, the German Climate Computing Center, is specially designed to meet the requirements of climate researchers. Over 50 scientists from Hamburg took part in the development of the model and in the simulations. Guy Brasseur, director of the MPI, is one of the coordinating lead authors of the IPCC report.
Ich glaube, wir haben vielleicht
I think we have here in Hamburg perhaps one of the best models in the world.
Und das ist natürlich
And of course that's very important, since our group is very much appreciated by our colleagues around the world.
sehr geschätzt ist von unseren Kollegen in der Welt.
The Hamburg Atmosphere-Ocean model simulates the physical processes in the atmosphere, the ocean, and on the Earth's surface, as well as the diverse interactions between these components. The amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has a critical effect on our climate. A further model has been developed to simulate aerosols, very small solid particles in the atmosphere released, for example, during volcanic eruptions or combustion processes. Although aerosols reduce the incoming solar radiation at the Earth's surface, the effect of rising concentrations of atmospheric greenhouse gases predominates, and the Earth will still become warmer.
Die Temperatur wird sich nach unseren Szenarienrechnungen.
According to our scenario experiments, the temperature will rise between 2.5 and 4 degrees globally within the next 100 years. However, this warming will not be evenly distributed. Instead, we will see a more pronounced warming over the land masses than over the oceans, and the greatest warming will be over the Arctic. There, we will see temperature increases of up to 10 degrees centigrade on an annual average.
Bis zu 10 Grad im Jahresmittel.
As a result, the Arctic could be devoid of sea ice during the summer months for the first time in 40 million years. This would have drastic effects on the ecosystem, including the animal world. For example, in about 50 years, polar bears would no longer be able to move from ice floe to ice floe.
Der Meeresspiegel wird global.
The sea level will rise by about 30 centimeters. However, this rise will not be distributed evenly around the world, but will be different from region to region. There will be areas in which the rise in the sea level will be much more dramatic, such as in the tropics, and there will be regions where the sea level will remain practically unchanged compared with today, such as along the Antarctic coast. In the last few decades, man has contributed significantly to the observed warming of the Earth, especially through the burning of fossil fuels and slash-and-burn land clearance.
Aufgrund der Satellitendaten, die wir
Using satellite data that we have gathered over the last 13 years, it can very clearly be seen that the rise in the average sea level in the last 13 years has been about twice as fast as the average in the 20th
so
century.
schnell war wie der Mittelwert im 20. Jahrhundert. Das ist eine harte Aussage.
That is a hard-hitting assertion, and that convinces politicians much more than extrapolations with models. The IPCC report will show that climate change is not just an extrapolation from models, but it is something that is actually taking place. This is the strongest climate change that has taken place on the Earth in the last several million years. Through global warming, more water and energy is stored in the atmosphere. That could lead to more intense weather events, such as storms and floods. Even if Central Europe appears to be relatively safe in the coming decades from the immediate consequences of a climate change, as one of the leading industrial nations, we must be aware of our responsibility for the global effects of our actions. The increase of flood situations is very probable. What is relatively clearly emerging from our simulations is that the weather situations which can cause extreme floods will increase. At the same time, we will experience phases, particularly in the summer, when it will remain very, very dry, longer than up until now. So that on average, actually, if you take the whole year or summer averages for rainfall, the ground is actually drying up. Then again, the scenario will overlap with the extreme flooding situations. What is required are measures that keep further global warming to a minimum. And we must consider how we can adapt our lives to the changing environmental conditions. A key prerequisite for this is a comprehensive understanding of the Earth system, models that allow us to estimate the effects of human actions on the climate of the future. Models such as those we are developing in Hamburg.